Made of pen and ink, she can win you with a wing.
Yoo-hoo!
Ain't she cute?
Boop, boop, be-doop.
Sweet Betty.
Magic mirror in my hand, who's the fairest in the land?
You're the fairest in the land. You're the fairest in the land.
I wanna see my stepmama, stepmama, stepmama. I wanna see my stepmama.
Her stepmama, the queen.
I've heard about your looking glass, looking glass, looking glass. I've heard about your looking glass.
And what it says is so.
Magic mirror in my hand, who's the fairest in the land?
You're the fairest in the land. You're the fairest in the land.
Off with her head.
Okay, queen. What a shame. Poor Betty.
Always in the way. I can never play. My own mama would never say I'm always in the way. Don't leave me here alone. I don't want to freeze. Save me, save me! Thank you. Am I the fairest in the place?
If I were you, I'd hide my face.
Folks, I'm going down to St. James Infirmary. See my baby there, she's stretched out on a long white table. She's so sweet, so cold, so fair. Let her go, oh bless her. Wherever she may be, she will search this wide world over, but she'll never find another sweet man like me. Now when I die, bury me in my straight leg breeches, put on a box back coat and a Stetson hat. Put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain so you can let all the boys know I died standing pat. Then give me 6 crap shooting pallbearers. Let a chorus girl sing me a song. Put a red we go along. Folks, now that you have heard my story, say, boy, hand me over another shot of that blues. If anyone should ask you, tell them I got those St. James Infirmary blues.
Magic mirror in my hand now. Who's the fairest in the land?
You're the fairest in the land.
I'm just a poor Cinderella. Nobody loves me, it seems. And like a poor Cinderella, I find my romance in dreams. For that's where I meet my Prince Charming. When I'm with him, cares fade away. I'm just a poor Cinderella, but I'll be a princess someday. Cinderella! Cinderella! Get ready for the ball. Hurry up, give a hand of pushing. Can't you see that we are rushing? Hurry up, go get my bus. If you're too slow, why don't you I hope you enjoyed the ball. Nobody loves me.
Cinderella, pretty Cinderella, you're unhappy, I can see. I'm your fairy godmother, listen to me. Dry your little eyes, there is no need to cry at all. You're so kind and gentle, you'll go to the ball. Go fetch me a pumpkin, a large one, my dear, 6 mice and 2 lizards, and bring them right here.
Oh.
can never be half as happy as we.
I'm so overjoyed to be with you, and this is why I was almost cut up for pumpkin pie. My lady?
Oh. Ooh.
Remember, when the clock strikes 12, you must be home by then. For should you fail to be in bed, you'll be in rags again. Remember, remember, remember.
Oh. For that's where I meet my Prince Charming. When I'm with him, can't fade away.
They call her poor Cinderella.
But I'll be a princess someday.
Hail the Prince!
Oh.
And like a poor Cinderella, I find my romance in dreams. Ba-ba-ba-bee, ba-ba-ba-ba-bee.
Silence! Who was that beautiful maiden? Have you no tongues? Then I, the prince, do now declare. Whosoever this slipper can wear, my throne will share.
like poor Cinderella, I find my romance in dreams.
For that's where I met my Prince Charming.
When I'm with you, cares fade away.
I'm just a poor Cinderella, but I'll be a princess someday.
Now you see, it's all your
My fault, well, you impudent thing.
Oh, shut up, you jealous
How dare you? For 2 pence, I'd slap your face.
Oh, you will, Rick? Yes, I will. What are you going to do about it?
Well, that's fascinating. Apparently, I had something set incorrectly. Gonna have to go fix that. Hang on. Just gonna check something real quick. Think I've got it now. Let's turn that off. Okay. Almost there, guys. So I'm almost there. Almost ready to rock and roll. So let's turn that off. Turn that on. Stellar. Alright. Alright, let's see. It's that one. Okay. For some reason, the YouTube's being a little persnickety about the fucking bitrate. Don't know why. It really shouldn't be. Everything seems to be just fine. Whoops. I disabled the filters. Re-enable it. Okay, cool. All right, looks like I got everything set up. Everybody, I'm doing well. I'm doing pretty well myself, Elbo. I hope you are doing well yourself. All right, we're gonna go ahead and begin in a moment here. Let's go ahead and get our brains in order. Pardon me. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And a great big hey, howdy, hey to all my goofy goobers out there. Welcome back to Animanic Commentaries with Comic Ozzy. I keep saying welcome back, but you know, this could be your first stream, in which case, hello. All right, tonight we are going to be watching Quest for Camelot. This is a film released in 1998 at the attempt to be a lot more, on the lighter end, on the Disney Renaissance. Trying to match the success of the Disney Renaissance at a time when the Disney Renaissance was just winding down. You know, even the Disney Renaissance had kind of gotten a little long in the tooth to the point where people were kind of like, you know, maybe okay, maybe not, but you know, whatever. You know, people are getting kind of bored of it. Yes, okay, and we've got Squad here with some of the fun facts, and yes, like Swan Princess, Thumbelina, and now Warner Brothers getting their hat in the ring with Quest for Camelot. Yes, it does have different titles. Apparently a working title was Quest for the Holy Grail, but the film, that we have has the alternate title, and overseas releases as The Magic Sword, Quest for Camelot. If you're watching with that, then your movie is probably going to be running slightly on fast forward. So, you know, last film for actor Jean... I have no idea how to pronounce that, but God rest his soul, I suppose. Okay. Yes, there is a song written for this film. There's a lot of songs written for this film. All of them are original. As this is a musical, and one of the songs is The Prayer. Yes, it was nominated for an Oscar, so definitely did pretty well for itself. Nomination, gotta count for something. I see Ling Dion is in the film. This is fascinating. But yeah, no, as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure, like, if there's any way that people my age are familiar with this movie, we're familiar with the Nostalgia Critics review of it. Anyone my age or slightly younger, or slightly older, I guess. Anyone around my age, anyone around 29 is probably going to be like, yeah, that's my familiarity with this movie. That's my initial familiarity. It's one of the movies, after, like, watching it, wherein it's one of those things where you realize, hang on, he cut out a bunch of bullshit, to make his argument look better, which is weird. Like, why would you edit down a movie to remove context? Which is kind of oof, you know? So after watching the movie, it's like, you know, it could be a little more charitable to it. It's been a long time since I've actually seen it, so we're gonna be at the mercy of memory and what little I've been able to catch up on just before the stream started. Spoiler alert, my opinions are not looking good. My opinions are not looking good thus far. I mean, they're pretty good. I'd say like 80-70% of it's been pretty fair. But I suppose we're just gonna have to see what happens. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get this start. Get set for synchronization. Get set for synchronization. Everybody ready to synchronize. Everybody ready to synchronize. Everybody, 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 get ready to synchronize. Okay, so as long as you all got your copy, there is like a 75th anniversary, like, Warner Brothers logo is completely silent. So don't be alarmed. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started here with Bugs Bunny introducing us to the film here in 3, 2, 1, go! It is pure silence. Hello, Bugs. Pure silence. Setting the mood, setting some ambience. No. No. What note are they singing? No. It's like a D flat. Or is it just a C? And maybe off by a few cents. This is very beautiful. I'm gonna give some credit to some of these Warner Brothers animations. Like, pretty good. Though they definitely are aping Disney, like, very, very, very intently here. She's flying. Ah, man, I hate sand. This is nice. I gotta say, I absolutely love this opening here. It's very nice. Bum bum. Spooky. Spooky Magookums. In the middle of Stonehenge. You definitely see them also trying to ape Disney's, like, cinematic approach by utilizing some early CGI technology. What a coincidence. It must be destiny. Who still pulled this sword from this stone and anvil? I'm pretty sure Disney's was correct. Like, I believe it was originally, like, a stone and anvil. Though I could be completely wrong. And the round table. Also, very Celtic vibes. Which is kind of ironic, all things considered. Considering the history of England and the Celts. Maybe we've got an alternate timeline going on here. Especially since they don't really mention England. Just Arthur, the king of Camelot. And here comes our establishing number. Opening song. I forget the names, but it was two people primarily, not solely, but primarily responsible for like 90% of these songs, like on writing the songs, like on all of them, and also producing all of them. Which counts for something. Forbidden Forest that way, Camelot that way. Patrick Doyle on the score. It was an anvil. Ah, okay. So it was a stone and anvil. Got it. Okay, cool. So yeah, Disney had it on the money. Original songs by David Foster and Carol Bear Sager, which is noteworthy that they apparently have a lot of song credits to their name, which appears to be in pop music. That will both be a good thing and a not necessarily good thing. Good thing in that, like, they're familiar with writing songs. It sounds too much like Circle of Life to not be a coincidence. That's a... So it definitely helps put together, like, yep. This is the, all right. I do love the way this opens up. It kind of gives us a, God, gnarly fingernails. And here it comes. Yep. Shall be greater than me. That's so well done. I also absolutely love how Rupert is exactly opposite side of the table than Arthur. Good lord. Oh boy. Vote. You don't vote for kings? This gnarly motherfucker looks like a contender for like a side character or monster in Disney's Hercules. Anybody else get that vibe from his design? Why would the door barricade from the other side? Okay. He's dead. No blood, not even an exit wound. That was a swift kill. Must be internal bleeding. It must be. He must be there. Man, a lot of snow on the coast. I'm sure it's not. Oh god, that's brutal. Hey, where are the Lion King comparisons? Just literally have his corpse rolling up. God. Here's the shield. I bet you would say that at all the Knight's funerals. Again, we're not trying to... Can't try to copy Disney without having a dead parent. To be fair, it sets up a pretty good motivator. Honestly, if we're gonna have problems with this film and problems with the story, that's not gonna be one of them. And this is an interesting transition. And then... And that is great. On My Father's Wings is actually a pretty decent I Want song. And it's got a kind of a mellow pop song kind of sound, which is really nice. In fact, there's some slant rhymes in this, in that chorus that are actually pretty good, which I'll be able to comment on a little more thoroughly because the chorus is repeated word for word each time. That is the not good element of this. Yeah. I can feel his heartbeat still. Yeah, like, feel and still is actually not a terrible slant rhyme. I'll do great things on my father's wing. Like, you'd think bean was like a slant rhyme, but then she rhymes it with seen, and then things with wings. It kind of just comes back around. Love the use of memory as like as two syllables, which is how most people say it. It's not like... Don't... Oh, never mind. Oh, what a sweet little yak. I'd say we're kind of... I'd say the song doesn't have a lot of momentum simply because the chorus line is identical each time, which is unfortunate. Poor chicken. Oh, yep. And there he is, little welt on his head. And chicken in the ball and chain. Yeah. I'd say this isn't terrible implementation, like... And here comes the shit. You know, this film does move at a pretty brisk pace. A benefit, to be sure. DF a tomboy? You know, yeah. That makes sense. I suppose. Get the griffin. All right. Sound the horns. What? Uh-oh. Gotta go into it. And... nope. Probably don't want to deal with that. Ah. And off it goes. The word is going across the lands. I wonder how many times a year they do those drills to let everyone is like, this is the call for Excalibur being stolen. She's definitely spunky. You can give her that much. You know, people in the comments are saying Belle, and Nostalgia Critic said Belle. I'm seeing, aside from the color of her eyes, I'm seeing and feeling Ariel a lot more, personally. Honestly. It's giving me a lot more Ariel vibes. And here we just have senseless comedy nonsense. That was a really well animated egg drop. Like the yolk and everything, like, it was great. Jeez. I love that. Fear to rhyme with idea. Because, like, I love that. Honestly, this that was a really good frame up of a shot. Whoop. God, this guy is fucked. I'll say, like, all this preamble to the song is a lot better than the song itself. I mean, you can definitely feel his obsessiveness. And now we're starting to lose it. We're starting to lose it a little bit. That's funny. Woof. So that wasn't too bad. This song's a little odd. Let's keep listening. Off they go. I do love that little attention to detail. Because he slunk back, it's like he assumed that he was holding, like, Kaylee. It's like, Kaylee's getting what she wanted, but she's almost like, no, no. Now she goes. Yeah. So yeah. I gotta admit, like, in the musical placement, like, the song, The Beast Eating the Symbol, yeah, that's really good. It's like, ultimately, the song itself serves its function pretty damn well. But, like, on the whole, it's a little bit messy. This is great. A nice exchange. I love how big the bird is. I do love this. Well, So if anybody ever had a question about what the fuck was up with those grabby thorn hands, it would be the... All right. So the prayer. Now, honestly, you'd think, like, watch her as he goes and then help me to let go. It's like, no, that actually is really neat, honestly. Especially since you'll see, like, that's not really the rhyme. And... yeah, the visuals may be at odds with what's going on. I'd say that the only real reason as to why the visuals may feel off is not because she's being chased by bad guys, but because of how exaggeratedly cartoony the animation of the bad guys chasing her is. And of course, the sound effects still being there, instead of the song just cutting out all sound. So otherwise, it probably would have worked okay. Just does feel a little strange with how they did use it finally. Like slow motion? You know, slow motion might have helped. And into the Forbidden Forest they all go. Got caught in a net. Heh. Here they come. Haha. Off they go. Yep. I love how we get, like, a really good demonstration. Yes, Carrie Elways as Garrett here. I do love how we get more demonstrations of just why this forest is forbidden. It's like, they could just as easily call it the Enchanted Forest or the Haunted Forest, but no, they called it forbidden because it's fucking dangerous. Yeah. Ha! Yep. Do love their exchanges here. Yep. Funny. Funny too. Yeah, he's a funny guy. Bum bum. You're not wrong, Ryder. This is actually a pretty good meet cute. He can speak bird, which is really cool. Also love how they've just completely made him pretty wall-eyed, which helps with the and hello. So if we want to talk about problems with this movie, this is a problem with this movie. Brian White as Garrett's singing voice. And honestly, it is even more jarring than the joke from Robin Hood Men in Tights. 'Cause, like, at least the voice they chose in, fucking in Men in Tights to make fun of this sort of thing, obviously, sounded at least a little, like, more operatic. But of course, this movie musical is a lot of, like, pop style songs. And this is his number to establish him. Also, I love how they're, like, I don't know what the songwriter's perfect familiarity with musical theater is before this, but what I'll say is, between United We Stand and I Stand Alone, his current position stands against the very thing that Camelot stands for. We're saying stand a lot. Stand. And I believe he said, like, I've seen the... And it's like, which is really good lyrics because it does come back later. Yep. No one else. I've seen your world with these very eyes. Yes. That lyric is gonna come back in a very nice way, which I absolutely love. Also, those drums sounded very Phil Collins, like gum 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 gum. Like, I'm not wrong, am I? Help me out, squad. You're the resident Phil Collins guy. That sounded very dum 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 dum, like. Yeah. Hi, Frank Welker. Yep. There isn't anything wrong with that. Yep. Was that Jim Cummings? Uh-huh. Huh? A fucking monocle. There's some pretty good gags in this film that aren't terribly egregious. You'll notice that the chicken was... Oh, I guess I'll call this out. Absolutely no reason to waste time on that at all. Also, hello, Jess Harnell. Just a moment here. I'm pretty sure. That is definitely Jess Harnell. Hello, Wacko. So that isn't the question he asked, wizard. But anyway, I wanted to point out how Ruber, like, lit up when he heard, like, Falcon with Silver Wings. Because he already knew the shit about the Silver-Winged Falcon, I'm sure. Or at least the silver-tip wings bit. But he said, like, isn't there anything your magic can do? But he didn't say no. He just said you should rely on the courage of your people. It's like, so can you help or not? He gave an answer. He just didn't answer the question. So I gotta say, anybody else getting Be Prepared, like Lion King? Like, now we're in the gorge. I think this is like the third Lion King comparison you could make by now. It's like the opening number having that chanting, sounding like Circle of Life. This looking like the gorge or the wildebeest stampede and Be Prepared. Ugh. And then, of course, the villain song. I didn't bring it up, but, like, as I was trying to say. So, yeah. The villain song being very spoken. And all the green coloring. But anyway. But yes, Eric Idle and Don Rickles. I love how dryly that was delivered. Oh, lover. I do love how they're able to, like, just, like, able to get on, like, everyone's, like, on each other's nerves. Implied it. I didn't say it outright, but yes, he did kind of imply that. What, are you gonna question what the dragons do in their spare time, Squad? Yeah, it's definitely a trick. Uh-oh. Well, there we go. Now run, run, run as fast as you can, Gingerbread Man. Hearing a Monty Python actor say Camelot reminds me that we could be watching a better movie. Oh, Squad. Uh-oh. Dragons. You know, completely random, but don't the dragons kind of look like the gremlins from Gremlins? And also, in all the strange references that have been made thus far for some joke, that that alien reference was kind of well placed, because it was intimidating and not just like played for laughs or anything like that. Yeah. So this song is pretty well motivated, I'll say. And now we're getting all the... I do love Devin's head mounted on the wall there. Zip it up. I love... I do love that. And these jokes are pretty good too. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that was really weird. Well, actually, you'd think about that, Squad, but the song does actually serve a purpose. Not too unlike, I Could Get Used to This from Spellbound. It's about the moral of the story, like how, like, again, like it serves a similar purpose as I Stand Alone. It portrays the characters singing and how they just don't understand, like, and how they don't understand the value of standing united, right? I'd say at least as far as, like, most of the joke fodder going on here. Obviously Eric Idle's good singing. But, like, even, like, Don Rickles is pretty good singing, too. Also gotta say, that with the comedy self-contained within the song, it's not necessarily as egregious as fucking Bladebeak, like, doing, like, a, you looking at me? You looking at me? Kind of bit. It's like, you know. Honestly, I do love that. That's a pretty good bit. That being said, oh God, they're eating dragon tonight. So I want to mention, like, yeah. A little flamboyant. God. I think this guy has astigmatism. Uh-oh. That struck a point. I believe... Did you mean, like, flame retardant? With an A-N-T? Instead of an E-D? And here it comes. Yep. Oh! Right in the face. Well, that was possibly... Well, I think that's actually what he said, though. I think that's what he said, but they probably should have just done the different line. Now, I'll say this. Off they go. So, something I wanted to mention about their song. There was that line. Whoop! That's a pretty good bit. Yes, he was. It was like I caught that little detail, which is really neat. So it's like you wouldn't even assume otherwise. Yep. Is he trying to play baseball? Ooh, owie. But yeah, there was that lyric between the two. No. He'll never be able to see you. Good Lord, this man is just fucked in the head. It's like a sadomasochist. Fucking freak. Anyway, something I wanted to mention is like the I'm so tired of your bragging. I'm so tired of your nagging. I'm so tired of your bragging. It's so interesting because it's like it was like Devin who said I'm so tired of your bragging, and then like I'm so tired of your nagging, and then Cornwall said no. It's like Cornwall said I'm so tired of your nagging, and then Devin said, I'm so tired of your bragging. But with the way the lyrics were structured, it should have been the other way around, because he was like, I could be like an actor, an artiste. So it really should have been like, Devin tells Cornwall he's tired of the nagging, and then Cornwall tells Devin he's tired of the bragging. I just felt like that was kind of backward, just felt a little odd. It's like, huh, that's weird. Oh, and more beasties. Whoop! Nice. Way to go, Kaylee. Give her some credit. She's been a little snippy, but when it counts most, she's a stubborn one, she is. Into the cave, into the cave, into the cave, out of the rain, out of the rain, out of the rain. Here comes our love ballad, essentially. Of course, as it was demonstrated to earlier about, like, the healing plants. I see rain. That's a pretty good visual. He even patched up his clothes. What a nice magic plant. Aw. Ha! Fucking... It is baffling. Look at how romantic that is. Ah, look at that. That's honestly nice. Well, looks like the Clovers are flying away without us. Suppose we'll just keep going on foot. Oof. Following the giant's footprints. Huh. That's great. If they got like, if they got like fucking like Eric and Dawn like in the same like room, like bouncing off each other, like did a pretty good job. Well, into the ogre's lair they go. Hard to spy. Of course. Oh, Lord. And then Aerosmith just starts playing. I don't know why this is what that's... You cheeky. Woof. Woof. Oh boy. Lovely. Woof. I mean, that'll do, right? Off they go. To the races. Oh boy. One side. Phew. Off we go. Through the Forbidden Forest. I guess it takes a while to go around. Long enough that they've spent how many days here? Haha. Mm-hmm. Haha. Jeez. Liar. Mm-hmm. Now that's good parallel. That's a good like multi-plane shot right there. No CGI, just some nice flat assets like just layered on top of each other. It's very nice. It's very nice. Simplicity is sometimes the real deal. My brother in Christ, what are you talking about? Yeah, for one, and for number two, you are impressive. Yeah. And that seems a little at odds with the emotional tone of it. Of course. If nothing else, they always gotta crack wise at some point. You can hear Excalibur too. It was like, God, what was that with his eyebrow? Whoop. Oof. Hmm. Hmm. Here they go. And now we're starting to learn the moral of the story. Yep. Well, come on. I love it. I love it how like everything relates to the moral of the story. It's like, I stand alone? No, united we stand. If I didn't have you? No, united we stand. It's like it all comes full circle. It's really well done. Like as a musical, it's not terrible. Villain song's a little off. Still better than Swan Princess's Bad Guy song. At least it has a good tone. Sets a good tone. Kayleigh's I Want song isn't too bad. The repetitive chorus is a bit much, but what are these bastards having to fix up the tower? No. Pierce Brosnan is King Arthur. Aha, I see. And way to cause a stir, Kayleigh. Actually, that was pretty good timing. I'd say they had at least somewhat of a kind of a idea of her being like, you know, the Blade Beak was kind of like, maybe I'm on the wrong side, but it was not enough as hell. Like the heel turn just there was completely. Bleh. Ooh! Good Lord. was funny too. Okay. All right, you're kind of pushing the airline jokes a bit. Uh-oh. Shit. Through we go. Ah. Well, the slower you go, the deader the king is. Enter the catacombs. Woo! You can tell that people behind this movie are having a lot of fun. May not be the vision that they had for it, like at the... And here we go again. That felt like a pretty hard cut. Like, they animated the... Like, they animated the "you feel lucky" bit, like... But it was not the original animation. And here she goes. And that was the entire setup for their CGI backdrop there. Oof. He's ready to make your, day absolute hell. Yeah. It was a really neat trick. Yep. Yep. That's gotta be a pretty gnarly way to die, huh? No. And he's dead. Way to go. To the dragons who were born 5 years ago, fused together, they got a chance to be apart, but they decided to stay together. And as for Aiden, who was not born blind, stays blind. Thanks, Excalibur! What, did I say Ruber? Did I say Rupert? I meant Garrett. Aiden. God, the fucking bird's name. Well, you know what I mean. Thank you for correcting me. You forgot your dented shield to remind you... Yep. It does kind of look like a wedding. Smooth move. And off they go. Just knighted. Again, it does seem like some of the comedy stuff was probably tacked on toward the end. And that was Quest for Camelot. Good God, was that movie a mess. A good mess, but it's still a mess. Like, there's some... We need more blind representation in movies. I mean... Still... better than Swan Princess. Now, hold on a minute. Now, hold on a minute. I'd say that I did enjoy Swan Princess, like, a bit more than this. The villain song was where I struggled. But in terms of, like, energy, yeah, sure, this movie definitely has a lot more of it. Comical? Oh, definitely, this movie is definitely funny. And everyone's on point, like, I'd say the worst casting were the singing voices. And honestly... it's got a very complete... I'd say what this movie has over Swan Princess is a very solid and complete arc for everything. Like, from the beginning, like I'd say, like, it's a really well put together musical. And some of it's lacking in some respect. And part of that comes from just writing them almost entirely like pop songs. Not entirely. Because the songs do feel like they do have some perfect literalisms, especially during Ruber's song, which is just called, I think looking at the soundtrack credits on IMDb, I think the song was just called Ruber. That being said, I'd say, like, there's a little bit of struggle. Yeah, I am Ruber, you are Gluh. But I'd say that, like, in terms of That's interesting. I'd say, like, Swan Princess definitely kind of maybe sort of lost itself at a certain point. And just because I like some of the songs in Swan Princess better doesn't necessarily mean that all the songs in Swan Princess were better. I'd say I had a fair good amount of fun with the songs in this film. But, like, one of the things I could definitely say is some of the songs feel a little odd. Maybe, like, they just didn't quite, like, maybe there was, like, a lyric or two that could have been fixed or switched around. The framing of the prayer was pretty good. The actual presentation of it was weird. Ruber's song was both better and worse than No More Mr. Nice Guy, which is so weird. United We like a lot of the songs do feel like a lot better. Like, again, I'll say, like, again, the like even like If I Didn't Have You, like, was very important to the narrative of the movie. You know, about, like, how they just want to be separate. But that's not the point. The point is that we have to come together. United we stand. And it's like, all the songs, like, being, you know, being able to serve that, like, really well. Like, the songs really, like, serve the narrative super well, right? Like, it's absolutely great. So, like, our opening number establishes how it's united we stand. Kaylee's song is about how she wants to follow in her footsteps of her father. She wants to carry on her father's wings. Ruber's song is about his selfishness and wanting everything to be his, you know, mine. Which is actually also really clever because of the fact it's like, it's like, cause there was a lyric in the fucking United We Stand. But I was saying something. IMDb help me. Or like, United We Stand lyrics. Quest for Camelot. Thank you. But it's like, it was like, hand upon hand, brother to brother, no one shall be greater than all. And then the lyric being, no one shall be greater than me. It's like when Ruber comes in, it's like, that was really well done. Like, they were really good about, like, the musical theater aspect of this. It was so good. I love that kind of shit. So good. So itself is just already established, like, right out the gate by interrupting the opening numbers. Like, really great. Singer of Kaylee is a singer. Yeah, definitely. Like, it has the strengths of a Disney musical and also the weaknesses of Wish, in a way. But I'd say, much more charitably, like, these songwriters knew that if they were gonna do, like, if they were gonna do a musical theater, like, if they were gonna do musical numbers, that they want their song to rhyme. They want their songs to rhyme. And they did do a few slant rhymes here and there, but they were kind of few and far between, but it was also fairly consistent, too. Like, it wasn't like it's all... No. I mean, like, in terms of, like, the songwriting, it shares some of the problems, like, you know, It's like when On My Father's Wings got a really good chorus line, not as repetitive as This Is the Things I Get, This Is the Things I Get, but like This Is the Things I Get, there's no change, there's no build up, there's no adjustment. It's just the exact same word for word chorus, which is kind of a weak thing to do in musical theater. Usually you'll want to at least do one variation earlier in the song, before like doing a perfect repeat of the first time you did it, typically. Al Rucker's additional voices. Nice. United We Stand, On My Father's Wings, Ruber, The Prayer, I Stand Alone, The Bunny Hop, I see. If I Didn't Have You, Looking Through Your Eyes, I Stand Alone Reprise. And that's another thing I wanted to say. I Stand Alone Reprise is one of those examples, like, because it's a different singer than it is, it's a different singer than it is for the Braille Institute, the National Federation for Blind Rehabilitation. Huh. Okay. That's neat. But ultimately, I'd say, fuck. My brain was somewhere, then it just fell out. Fuck. I'd say that, God, where was my brain? It was in my head just a second ago. But it was like, fuck. Is this what this movie does to you? Yeah, I guess I'll just say it one more time for clarity. Well, I definitely enjoyed, definitely liked Swan Princess more. This film has some severe enjoyment and a greater sense of, unity within its musical numbers. None of the songs feel like they're out of place. I think part of that comes from having the same songwriters on every song. Helps! So it creates a unified vision for the story, and it felt like these songs cannot be removed from the movie. It's like, if you removed If I Didn't Have You from the film, it would make so little sense. Because if we don't fully understand how much Devon and Cornwall can't stand each other, it's like, them being able to come together wouldn't make much sense. It would be like, that came the fuck out of nowhere. But yeah. Kaylee is a character. I can definitely understand that. Kaylee's a bit, hard-headed, and ultimately, I have a tough time thinking, she really learned anything. Technically she learned how to be a knight a lot more efficiently, I guess. But what does that learn her in terms of her impetuous bullheadedness, It's like, I guess it's like she thought things through. She did learn to rely on people a lot more as opposed to thinking that she could go off and save the world alone. Which is a nice journey. Which is a nice journey for her to have. Patience. Definitely. Very impatient. And if you can't get past that because that comes across as very obnoxious for her, it's like, yeah, I can definitely see having that problem. But if a character comes across as obnoxious, had her how not to die moments. Yes, yeah, being patient. And of course, always, come together, It's like even she understood the value of teamwork, which was why she was so gobsmacked that Aiden wasn't coming with her. But ultimately, at the end of the night, it's not bad. I'd even say I'd recommend it if you're up for it, and it's like, just be prepared that it is kind of a hot mess of a movie, but hot mess still means that it's hot. It should be a hot topic. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. It's been a real blast and a half on this great quest. And if you are viewing this after the fact, thank y'all for watching. Until next time, I want you to remember to take care, stay safe, and be united in all that you stand for. Good night, everybody!